Welcome back to part 2 of my Leica Q2 review, this time focusing on the accessories, my Q2 bag from Oberwerth, and some additional sample photos. I did part 1 last week with my initial impressions, and I still stand by those comments. This camera is very fun to use. It's really high quality. It's a great experience to shoot with and nice to look at even sitting on the desk. Last time I totally forgot to mention the weather sealing quality, which is a nice benefit, and I didn't include any macro shots, so I'll include one on this video. I did mention the weight of the camera, which is fairly substantial. It really feels premium and high quality in the hand. But with the addition of some of these accessories, it just adds more to the weight, and it gets a little bit heavy to carry around. It's not a large camera, but I wouldn't say it's super compact either. I think the Leica CL is much more compact than this camera. The first accessory is not actually here, but I did purchase the Leica screen protector, but the installation didn't work out. It just wouldn't adhere to the edges of the screen. I'm pretty good at installing screen protectors on my phone and tablet and even my CL, but this one didn't work out for some reason, and that was kind of a disappointment. Next is the thumbs up accessory, also from Leica. It has a metal body which matches the camera, and some rubber padding to protect the camera and for some shock absorption. It installs pretty easily and has a nice shape to it. You can get some cheaper third-party versions from Amazon, but they have a slightly different shape to it. But I like how this feels, and it helps me get a better grip on the camera. Next is the Leica leather protector. It has a fairly sturdy leather frame to it and a base plate. It's a nice quality leather. It smells and it feels like real leather. The installation is a little bit tricky. It slides on easily, but you have to screw in the bottom with this wing nut, and that takes a little bit of time to get that secured. So it's a little bit of a pain to unscrew this and screw this back on whenever you need to get into the battery or the SD card slot. But it does give a nice feel to the camera, a little bit more texture and a little bit easier to grip, but not near as much as the hand grip itself. But it looks really nice and it matches the camera very well. The hand grip is very helpful for getting a more secure hold on the camera. It has a nice sturdy base plate here, and the leather covering matches the Q2. It's a little bit easier to install with this round screw here, and it really gives more stability to the camera, so you can use it pretty much just one-handed with your right hand. Whereas if you without the grip and a thumbs up, I would need to use it more two-handed and support most of the weight with my left hand and shoot with my right hand. But with these two accessories, I can do everything with just one hand if needed. And that also looks really nice on the camera body. Last is the lens hood cap. This one is from Match Technical. It's a rubbery type of material. It's pretty soft and flexible, but I think it gives good protection. I didn't particularly like the metal lens hood that came with the camera. Was concerned about scratching the lens hood, putting it on and off, and this would get dented easily if I dropped it. But this cover fits pretty nicely. I think it gives good protection. Doesn't look bad, and it's easy to take on and off. It did come with a tether cord to it, so you can attach it to the camera strap lug, but I'm not going to use this. I think it would get annoying to have this hanging off the camera when I'm trying to shoot, and the color itself doesn't quite match the red dot. It has kind of an orangish tint to it. Before I get into the camera bag, I did want to mention the Leica Photos App. It's not really an accessory, but it's something that I use pretty often now. This is my iPhone Mini 12, and when you install the app, you set up your camera and it will show up here, and just tap on the camera, and as long as it's on, it will connect by Wi-Fi, making its own Wi-Fi network, and you can download the pictures from the SD card one by one or all together. So that's convenient. So I avoid having to remove the grip, take off the SD card, and download them with my iPad or computer. It's much quicker to do it one by one with the iPhone. And you can also control the camera remotely through this app. So next I'll bring out the Q2 camera bag and show how all this fits into the bag. So here's the bag with the camera in it. This is the Q2 bag from Oberwerth, and it was designed specifically for the Q and the Q2. So it fits the Q2 but without much extra space inside. The leather material is specially treated to be water resistant, and it feels like a sturdy leather, but not too stiff. It is soft to the touch, but it feels sturdy and pretty well made. The tabs to open, you actually have to pull out. It's kind of like a spring-loaded clasp, and then inside is the camera here, and it has these Velcro dividers which you can adjust, but I put the charging battery charger inside here, and I can fit my phone in here, and the charging cable is here in the pocket. You can also put a small notebook or a pen there, but there's really not much room for anything else. So next I'll go into some additional sample photos. I didn't mention the macro feature much on my last video, so I'll include a macro shot and some shots that were edited a little bit better. Here's some additional photos taken outside with the Q2 in automatic mode. This time I used some editing in Lightroom using the presets I downloaded from Red Dot Forum, and they're free to download and install. And these bring out the colors a little bit better and the sharpness. It's a really nice vivid yellow color on the digger. And here's a plain rock wall. It brings out some more warm tones in the rocks. And this is some greenery, which worked out much better than my own editing. I mentioned before that the greenery is a little bit flat in color right out of the camera, and this looks a little bit better and brighter, but still natural looking. This next shot was very impressive to see after editing. Even though it was a cloudy day, I was shooting into the sun, and right out of the camera, both of these buildings were almost totally blacked out. You couldn't see hardly any detail, but with the editing, bringing up the shadows, it looks really nice with that. And the next couple are in black and white, using the black and white mode on the camera. It gives it some grittiness to the mood of the photos and some rawness in character. But they're still very sharp. You can see a lot of detail on the truck and the snowplow. Next one, I was shooting straight into the sun, and this did require editing to bring out this, and that came out really nice, also very sharp. And here's one with the 75mm crop mode, and it is still actually very sharp, and it came out nice. I think because it was a lot of light. And the last one is a macro video, and this came out nice also and very sharp. There's one more accessory I forgot to mention. I did purchase the UV filter from Leica, and it's installed right there. I got it to protect the camera lens, but I saw in another review that it's not really necessary to put that on. I'm wondering what other people think about whether I should keep that UV filter on. So that's how I'm configuring it for now, with the UV filter, the hand grip, and the thumbs up accessory, and with the lens hood that it came with, and the hood protector from Match Technical. One other benefit of the hand grip is that when you set it down to rest, it will stand up vertically like that, but without the hand grip, if you set it down, it will tend to fall forward like that. I'm looking forward to getting more experience and getting better to shoot with this camera. One other thing that I saw on reviews of the Q, the original Q, is that it would tend to get dust on the sensor coming in through the microphone and speaker holes, and some people tape up those holes to prevent it. I was wondering if that would be needed on the Q2, since it is weather sealed and dust sealed. If anyone has any opinion on that, please let me know. But next I want to do a review comparison between this and the CL, but I'm shooting with the CL right now, making this video, so I'll have to use my iPhone to make a comparison video. But the main difference is that the controls are different, and the CL is more compact and lighter weight. People say this is a compact camera, but I don't really feel that it's that compact. I think it's pretty sizable and hefty. It feels premium, but it does feel solid and heavy. And adding the hand grip gives it more height and a little more weight to the camera. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video on the CL.